Okay, so here we are in round 4, I guess, final round. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this hand, maybe not. Don't have black, and that's my only card I can play before turn 5. Yeah, I should probably mulligan. Yeah. Alright, that's a keepable hand, kind of. We can at least play that Hired Torturer, and he chose to be on the draw. I should have played the planes first, actually. Just so I can do stuff. Alright, that's good. Prophetic Prism. It's a pretty good card in this format. I would love to have a Prophetic Prism. Alright, let's go ahead and run out the Hired Torturer. He doesn't really run, but he's out there. And then next turn, probably we'll just go ahead and play the Gatekeeper. Maybe not, because then we can keep up the Devour Flesh, or if nothing else, we just torture him, get some information. So good. Such a nice design. I wish if he was like, he's probably not good. If he was like 2/4 and the activated ability costs 3 instead of 4, he would actually be good. Well, that's unfortunate. That's gonna just make Devour Flesh pretty worthless. I feel like I want to hold out for the Gatekeepers. Hopefully we draw. We have 4 gates left, so there's a decent chance we'll do it. And then, if nothing else, we'll probably just end of turn Torture or Devour Flesh. Probably Torture is a little bit better. Maybe we pick up some Extort to make the Devour Flesh actually do a little bit of something. So revealed, he has revealed a Nimbus Swimmer. Okay, that's kind of going to be an issue for us, but Skylasher can deal with that. We are at 5 mana, not 6. Okay, so need to draw ideally a forest next turn. I think it's better to keep the Devour Flesh in hand than hit the Gate Creeper Vine, unless he does something funky. I really hope we draw a land. Nav Squad Commandos, okay. Reveal Smite, okay. Hey, we can actually edit that. Sunspeak, Aspire, Gatekeepers. Well, we do actually need somebody to stand in front of him, and I'd rather have a card than a 2/2. So, play him. I really want to get that card so I can find a green source. This looks like a Nimbus Swimmer? No, a Maze Glider. Okay, that's also an issue. Alright, so that comes down, and some Cluestone. So we can play the Skylasher, protection from blue, so we can hold him off for a little bit. And next turn, looks like we can play Denrova Horror. We're not in good shape here, but green, yeah, Skylash here. Yeah, so we'll get in front of there, and if he has a combat trick, we'll just eat it. Maze Behemoth. Yeah, that's an issue. So let's see, we can Devour Flesh. Sorry, I wouldn't want to Devour Flesh. I want to keep Devour Flesh in hand, so Warped Physique actually does something. 5/4 plus bars. I think we just play the Denrova Horror and bounce the Maze Behemoth. That seems to be like the most difficult thing to deal with here. Yep. Get some card advantage, some tempo advantage. We're doing stuff. Should point out our opponent was like AFK for like the first 7 or 8 minutes of the match. So what is he gonna discard? He discards a Plains. Okay. So we know what 3 of the 4 cards he has in hand are. It's the Maze Trampler and the Smite and a Nimbus Swimmer. Just replace the Maze Behemoth. Doesn't have any attacks. That's kind of good for us. Syndicate Enforcer. I think we just go ahead and play that out. Yep. Should leave mana up for Warped Physique if we need it. So this is a pretty complicated board state, but I think we're okay. It looks like maybe we just have to trade off the Horror for the Behemoth. We can Warp Physique for 2 something. Maybe we would actually even want to do that to the Gatecreeper Vine, so then the Devour Flesh can hit something more relevant. Oh, that's annoying. I forgot about that. He's going to become bigger because they've got that. Alright. So blocks, you do that, you do that. Question is whether we want to do anything about him. We can like combo block. With the Hired Torch, yeah, we could put the whole team in front of him and then he would just kill off the Syndicate Enforcer. That doesn't seem horrible. Trading Syndicate Enforcer for Nav Squad Commandos. Do want to have the Extort, but it's not a huge deal. Or we just let him go through, which is I guess what we're going to do. I did not mean to do that. So, Threshing Moss Dog, okay. He's kind of a little bit overwhelming us. Just a little bit. Trying to think about whether I want to devour flesh him or something. Warp physique to get rid of that, and then he has to get rid of something else that's relevant. I think we just let it go. Debtor's Pulpit. That's going to help. Yep. Right. Fortunately, we can't extort this and use it this turn, and I think it's more important to not use it this turn. Yeah. So we'll probably use that on the Nav Squad Commandos. Limits his attacks pretty well. Does kind of mess with our mana a little bit, but we'll see. Hopefully we draw a gate next turn and then can play the Gatekeepers. Draw a card. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tap target creature. He's got no attacks. That's pretty nice. Haunter of Night Vale. I'm thinking about, I'm definitely going to play the Haunter, and then whether or not I extort or not. I feel like this thing's just going to kill, you know, if I don't extort, it's going to get killed anyway. The pulpit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and extort. He's going to do it anyway, so might as well extort. And the -1, -0 he gave to the whole team is pretty relevant here. Looks like a big old Nimbus Swimmer's coming up. Skymark Rock, okay. Flying First Strike, yeah, that's an issue for us. We're just going to have to warp physique that. He does still, we know exactly what his two cards in hand are. It's Nimbus Swimmer and a Smite. So we're going to play Basilica Guards. Need to leave up those two for that. Okay, so we'll just extort one time. And yeah, we still have blue-black. And actually, he's only 2 power, so we might actually let that go a little bit and keep the warp physique up. Still don't have any attacks. But I think it's better just to take it. And so that way we can extort off of it next turn, if nothing else. he finally gonna pull out this Nimbus Swimmer? Looks like it. It's gonna be a big nasty guy. Skylasher can get in the way, at least. Too bad I don't have my Debtor's Pulpit to just keep it tapped down. But what are you gonna do? Actually, he's 9. Yikes. At least he's blue. How did he get to 9 mana? Oh, he did this and he's got Defender there. Alright. So, what I have 6 mana. I think I just want to Warp Physique and double Extort as my best course of action here. Yeah, that's going to be more relevant than a 4/6 on the ground. So he's still got that Smite in hand. Just get rid of that. He's attacking with the 2/3. Interesting. So let's just go ahead and do this now. So blue, black. Extort. Alright, so he definitely gets in front of him. Nobody else can block the 2/5 flyer there. The Thrashing Moss Dog, I think we don't even want to kill it, because we don't want him to do his thing on that. Do the scavenging thing, we don't want that, so we'll just get in front and not kill. Take 2. It's like we might devour our own flesh to gain some life at some point in this game. If he happens to have a removal spell for somebody or something. So I don't want to play it on him, because he's trying to get that Thrashing Moss Dog killed. So I think Armored Wolf Rider and Double Extort is what I want to do here. Let me see. Options, otherwise I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available, so I could devour my own flesh on somebody if I wanted to. I think just extorting is what I want to do here. Pretty sure I didn't have any attacks there, really. Yeah, I didn't have an attack. He did not attack me either. Alrighty. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I play the Plains and I'll devour flesh on myself and then double extort and then hit the Hired Torturer. think that's the play. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got mana for that. And then next turn I can... Yeah, maybe that's not... Combat. I definitely want to do this. So he's holding Forest and Smite in hand and 2 unknown cards. Yeah, I think I just want to go ahead and try and clock him out, and then we'll just try and win with the Extort plus Torturer. Check, make sure my internet's working. Seems to be working. Alright. Extort. This may be preliminary, but I want to make sure I use up as much of my mana as I can. And then we sacrifice the Gatekeeper there. That. That. And that. You can only extort once, but that's okay. Nah, actually, I really probably should have saved that until I drew another land, hopefully even a gate. Yeah, because that didn't really increase the clock at all. He's still on a 3-turn clock. Take a look at what we're doing here with the Torture. Croconura. Interesting, didn't even try to play that. Collective Blessing. Well, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't play that. And then that, and that, and that. Right. So that comes in, and he does have the Smite, so I don't know if we even attack. Yeah, probably we shouldn't even attack. He's in pretty bad shape, so as long as we can activate Hired Defender or Hired Torturer or Extort one time, we should win. let's just do the hired torturer. Yeah, do that and that. So the Krakenura again. Alright, so we gotta watch time a little bit. That game took a while. In terms of what we're gonna do against him, I think, okay, so there's a match of stuff. So we just don't want to lose like super quickly. We do want to cut 1 plains for a swamp. I think maybe we cut the Devour Flesh and add another bear. I wonder if that might actually be a decent card given the number of gates I have. That actually seems pretty decent. All a gate with 5 gates in the deck. But I don't think I want another 3 mana do nothing enchantment. Alright, yeah, we'll just send it back like this. Send it in like this. Watch time a little bit. We do have 1.5 minutes on him. And this is a keep. It's not great, we don't have any black. We do only have 1 black card. And he's also playing on the draw. But we do have our guild gates, so that'll help. And we hit that swamp, so good times. Prism, that's fine. Let's go ahead and play down some Basilica Guards. Pass the turn over. Okay, Snare Squad, no big deal. And we can go ahead and play Cluestone. And yes, we will extort that. Cool. So we've got mana for Gatekeepers plus Extort. Draw a card. Feel pretty good. And then next turn we can Armored Wolf Rider. You could make the case I should have played that this turn, but what has he got? Hussar Patrol. Okay. Getting these extort triggers in are pretty important, I think. So getting an extra card draw is also pretty important. Yeah, I already used my land drop. Gotta watch the time a little bit here, but he's a minute worse than me. I do have Soul Ransom if he ever plays anything nasty. That's kind of bad. Doesn't have any attacks. So attacking with a 2/4 doesn't do anything. He just stands in front without too much fear. Do I want a Syndicate Enforcer or Armored Wolf Rider this turn is the question. I think Syndicate Enforcer and just get more Extort available. Steeple Rock's a little bit annoying, but not too bad. That's annoying. That one will soul ransom. I think we soul ransom the 1-5. Yeah, because then it can block that guy. We can double extort properly off of it. It doesn't quite use up all our mana this turn, but it uses up most of it. Blue, black, green, sure. Auto yield. Okay. Okay. And no attacks. Okay, that's fine. Attackers get +1/+1 to the turn, okay. Island, okay, so that's out. Alright, so I think the Haunter of the Night Veil is what we want to do here. So, add blue, green, black, something. Hey doggies. Oh, shit. No tax. We are doing some pretty decent damage with that extort. So he can hit us for 3. That's fine. I'm trying to think if I have any attacks really. Not super much. That guy's pretty annoying. Alright, so we will just run him out. That. Extort quickly. Actually, yeah, extort. So once we get this hired torturer down, it should be pretty tough for him. Okay. Still got quite a bit of life. That extort is doing some nice work. So send anything on the ground or just keep it in the air. I think if you send stuff on the ground, you'd have to send the snare squad too. Even then I can bring some stuff. Well, let's hope this works out, right? So he's got 4 power. I think I have to block him, which is going to take up a fair bit to get to 7 power. See, I have to send the whole team in front of him. You can still only kill one of them. Should probably be him. That still leaves me with 2 extorters, which is fine. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright. Does leave me vulnerable to some stuff, but I don't want to start taking 7 per turn. It's a little too fast for me. So he's going after the Haunter, which makes sense. Uh-oh. Giant growth wrecks me. Wrecks me. 7, so he still only gets 2 of them. Yeah, he does survive, unfortunately. Alright, so cast Hired Torturer. Extort. Cast Boros Mastiff. Extort. Send the turn back to him. We're still at 19 life, so we're okay. Doesn't have great attacks on the ground. So we want to try and protect the Basilica Guards and the Hired Torturer. So that's our clock, really. He's also he's down by 1.5 minutes on us. Let me make sure I get my auto yields on. Auto yields. Auto yields. So he's just attacking like that. All right. So I think we do this and this and this. So if he's got another combat trick, that kind of screws us up, but it keeps the important guys alive. We take 5 this turn, looks like. Should be, if he doesn't have a combat trick, he can only take out one of those guys, and it has to be him or him. You may want to think about recycling the Simic Cluestone here. I think we're going to be okay. If nothing else, he's behind on time and he has to win the 3rd game quickly. Croconura, okay. And what else? Thrashing Mossdog, okay. Well, let's go ahead and recycle the Simic Cluestone. Alright, well, that kind of sucked. But we're still alive. We'll have to activate the Hired Torturer, of course. Do we just jump the Thrashing Mossdog, or is it okay for me to kill him? I think we just have to kill him. Forces him to use up his mana. So it'll be 3/3. Put that on him, or him. I don't want to jump. Let's see, take 5, 9. No, I'm not going to take 9. Okay. We'll do this. Because we've got to be able to deal with other attackers on the ground. So let's see what he's got in hand. So he just has a forest. Alright, it's my turn, and I drew Collective Blessing, which is awesome. So green, green, white, white, yada, yada. Still don't have any way to block anybody in the air. We do definitely extort. Yeah, we can't attack, really. We just would die on the counter swing, more or less. You can just chump with worthless guys. But I think we're going to have to end up going into that last game. Maybe that Collective Blessing was not the correct play. We should have hired Torture, but we did extort once, so yeah, that giant growth got us pretty good. Thought he might have just been in desperation mode. Can I just kill us this turn? Probably. Just block as much as we can. Inability to deal with the flyers is getting us pretty good here. And he's going to have to beat us in a minute and a half. Alright, so he blocks him. Sorry, he blocks him. He blocks him. And he blocks him. Does that still kill me? Looks like it does. Oh, I was about to go Skylasher by a turn. Alright. So he's got a minute 29 to kill us, so we just need to not die right away. Which means we're going to add in any kind of early creatures. Grim Roustabout gets in there. Devour Flesh gets back in there. Hold the Gates gets in there. And then I'm going to cut the Collective Blessing, which is crazy. No, let's cut that. Now smite we want. No, actually, if we can actually block his creatures, we can usually kill him. So we'll cut that, and to keep those. Actually, I'm going to cut the Denrova Horror and add a Swamp, because the goal is just not to lose real quick. And we'll play first, and we'll keep this hand. It's got Skylasher, Gates. Should have played the other gate, but no big deal. Keen Apparition, good. So we'll just devour the flesh on that at the end of turn, or when he attacks. Let me draw that. So we'll run out local gatekeepers and pass the turn real quick. Yes. Alright. So we attack and play 4-6. Alright, and arrestor, no big deal. We did it on that guy. That's interesting. So he's probably got a smite. Yeah, I guess he's got a smite. Oh well. We've got Deputy of Acquittals, so auto yields. Alright, so we Deputy of Acquittals that. Sorry, so we need white and blue. Yes, we'd like to use the ability. And then we play a hired torturer and say go. Just play the Armored Wolf Rider, right? And say go. No attacks. He's got 22 seconds. Skymark Rock. It's fine. 4-6. Can we attack in? We can't really attack in. Sorry. And we don't need that. We need the Towering Indrik. Looks like he's going to win out of time, but I think we were doing okay anyway. Debtor's Pulpit on the swamp. Pay white, yada, yada. Alright. So I guess it was a good thing he didn't show up for the first bit of that match. But I feel like we were doing okay in that last game, but I guess I was taking too much time. So 3-1, pretty good result. Thanks for watching. See you next time.